Cheers, Gordon. And they're off for the Wicks Waste Management Handicap Chase, over 2 miles and 5, running to the first of 14 fences. Sword of Fate on the outside of Tonto's Spirit, in the air together. A couple of lengths ahead of Floating Rock, with the other four virtually in line over the second. Tonto's Spirit on the inside of Sword of Fate, land in unison, and they're pressing on and going clear. Floating Rock is leading the chasing group as they swing left-handed out of the wood side. Seddon settles fourth ahead of Touch Kick, Lermu's Legend, and Dr. Sanderson's having nothing of the early exchanges and has been dropped out last of all. Tonto Spirits won the race for the lead over Sword of Fate, and as a result the pace is eased. Floating Rock has got closer to the front pair in third, then Seddon, Touch Kick and Lermu's Legend, and finally the hat-trick seeking Dr. Sanderson, who'd be 8 lengths off the front-running Tonto Spirit as they head down the Priory side. So running on to fences 3 and 4, Tonto Spirit by nearly 2 lengths over Sword of Fate, with Seddon improving on the inside of Floating Rock to dispute third. Touch Kick a length behind those as they pick up at the third fence, and then Lermu's Legend, finally Dr. Sanderson at the open ditch. Tonto's Spirit jumped at a couple of lengths ahead of Sword of Fate in second, then Seddon on the inside of Floating Rock, Touch Kick on the outside of Lermu's Legend, and Dr. Sanderson continues to observe from the rear, but the field of closed ranks as they head down the wood side. So on their way towards the water jump, fence number 5, Tonto Spirit and Connor O'Farrell by a length and a half over Sword of Fate, with Seddon on his quarters, then Floating Rock, Touch Kick on the outside, Lermu's Legend and Dr. Sanderson the last two. Arriving at fence number 6, Tonto Spirit, the leader Seddon gave it a clout, sent the Leylandi flying. They've covered a circuit, coming over fence number 7. Tonto Spirit rose in front of Sword of Fate, Floating Rock, Seddon and Touch Kick, jumping the last down the wood side. Lermu's Legend and Dr. Sanderson still being held onto in the last pair. Turning left-handed to around 7 acres, it's Tonto Spirit with the advantage. Sword of Fate continues to give chase, with Seddon on the inside of Floating Rock, third and fourth. Touch Kick a length behind those, in company with Lermu's Legend and Dr. Sanderson just at the rear of the field, but they're well grouped, heading down the Priory side for the final time. So running to the first of a line of 4 fences down the Priory side, it's Tonto Spirit, who's out in front of Sword of Fate, Seddon, Floating Rock, Touch Kick well in touch on the outside, and then Lermu's Legend and Dr. Sanderson as they close in on the first of the 2 fences that come in quick succession down the back. Tonto Spirit still being chased by Sword of Fate, Seddon within 2 lengths of the lead over in third. Floating Rock not especially fluent. Dr. Sanderson's making headway as they jump the open ditch for the final time. Dr. Sanderson into 4th. Lermu's Legend's gone 5th. Floating Rock's lost his place, and so too is Touch Kick. They find themselves in the last pair as Tonto Spirit leads them down the wood side for the final time. Seddon has gone second at the expense of Sword of Fate, with Dr. Sanderson and Lermu's Legend improving steadily. Touch Kick has relegated Floating Rock to be the new back marker. They're coming over the water jump for the final time. Tonto Spirit was wrong there, but fiddled his way out of danger. Seddon is right on terms with him, but they're about 3 or 4 lengths clear of Sword of Fate and Dr. Sanderson, who's now been shaken up. Lermu's Legend is being ridden, along with Touch Kick, as the leaders jump 2 from home. Tonto Spirit slightly quicker than Seddon, who had every chance at the time, and Tonto Spirit's taken 3 lengths out of him, and Dr. Sanderson has unseated Richie McClernand at the final fence when disputing third position. Heading into the final 3 furlongs they go. Tonto Spirit by a couple of lengths to Seddon, gap of some 8 lengths back to the third horse, Sword of Fate. Lermu's Legend further back. Touch Kick and Floating Rock are tailed off, approaching the final quarter of a mile. Tonto Spirit with the advantage, 4 lengths back to Seddon in leading second. Lermoos Legend is staging something of a rally. He's moved into a share of third with Sword of Fate, but with just over a furlong to go, Tonto Spirit is clear. Seddon is the one giving chase, but there's 6 or 7 lengths between them, and Tonto Spirit is galloping on relentlessly up the finishing chute. Tonto Spirit will provide Diane Sayer with a double on the day, a winner for Conor O'Farrell. Tonto Spirit by all of 8 lengths. Seddon ran second, Sword of Fate clung on to third, and Lermoos Legend was fourth with Touch Kick and Floating Rock, both finishers.
It's the 11th success of Tonto Spirit's career. He's a bit of a Cartmel specialist, this fella, because 7 of those